pleasure to meet y'all at last, and welcome back to Why Is That? And now for today, simply put, here we go with number 47 out of 65. And yet, I would like to say first off that, well, I'm doing pretty good here so far. The last question was pretty vigorating for me. Very vigorating. But now I'm pretty much back at it. I feel a lot better now. And, well, now's the time for me to get going here with number 47. The question down here in this screenshot basically asks me, why is that you use both a Sony and a Panasonic camcorder? Now, simply put, there's lots of reasons why that is. Because after all, the ownership of at least two cameras can A, allow you to keep track of how much you got, B, to simply have, well, if one camera breaks, then simply put, you'll be able to have the other one as probably a backup of some sorts. And I've had this Sony camcorder, which I'm using right now, for more than 2 years. I've spent $180 on this thing, and there's a good chance I might sell it soon because, well, the Panasonic is definitely going to stick around for a while. But if there's one major flaw that I can identify on the Panasonic itself, it's the fact that, well, there's no flipping arm. An arm that doesn't show you on the camera just to make sure that you're in the frame properly or if it's straight. I mean, with the Sony camcorder, I can easily see myself on here, and I know my eyeballs are moving a little bit to the right, but that's only because I do want to make sure that the Sony camcorder doesn't, well, end up going out of focus or end up getting fuzzy or pixelated or something. I really don't want any of those things to happen, because I'd rather not have any bad quality content anymore. I've already talked a lot about that. There are a couple of questions that I've answered already, if you want to check those out. But anyways, why I have to own both cameras at the same time, it's simply put, I can get my money's worth out of everything of it. I'm pretty much doing what I can to continue my usage of both of these cameras here, because there are actually going to be a few times where I might need more than one camera to be used. At the same time that I already have one on operation, and the other one can be used for a different angle based on any kind of project that I have going on that's associated with videography and cinematography. But what I can say in general is that there are two different price tags, two different styles, two different levels of quality and clarity that apply to these cameras. So that's another really big difference that I was able to discover, is that, well, with an actual camcorder versus, well, a camera that seems to do much better at photography instead of videography, apparently the Panasonic actually happens to trump the Sony with its video quality. I mean, it's incredible. It's like 3 times better than that of the Sony. Although I can say right now that, well, looking back at the videos that I've currently made with the Sony that were all applied with 1080p and HD clarity onto all of them, I could pretty much give the Sony a break, because it, after all, wasn't its fault that it made really crappy quality content back then. It was kind of my own. And the fact that I can't have videos that, well, were 360p nowadays. It's more like an option today, but back then I didn't have any choice. 360p was pretty much all I had there, until I found out that I could just simply render the videos differently and then have them stored somewhere. So this way I would be able to have easy access to them, while at the same time they'd be rendered with some really good quality onto them. 1080p and HD clarity would be applied to all of them from that point on since March of 2019. And it's been 16 months since then. So it's pretty outstanding considering how far I've come already, and yet I can understand the fact that, well, maybe I did not have the best ideas then, but still, it probably was a really big idea for me to simply go and make high quality content like that to begin with. But the fact is, I pretty much knew almost too late. But now that I've pretty much taken care of all that good stuff, I could say for sure that, well, the Sony can pretty much stick around for a while, and the Panasonic is also going to stick around for a long time. There might be a point where I could actually sell both of these cameras one day and exchange them for an even better camera, one that's like twice the price range of the Panasonic. The Panasonic one was almost $300, and the Sony was around $180. So in total, that's less than $500 I've spent on two cameras. And on the contrary, they both came with some of their own gear. Like the Sony came with a few charging cables, a memory card, and a few other accessories and the like. I mean, it's great how some expensive products out there, they do usually come with a lot of merchandise, accessories, equipment, and tools, and sometimes a lot of other things. As a matter of fact, there has been a lot of other things that I've also managed to do in general. But here on Why Is That, you can expect a lot of new questions to come around, and more importantly, this is even better and bigger and greater than Part 1. Season 2 is definitely loaded with high quality content of all sorts, and it's all thanks to, well, my efforts to render my videos the right way. But if you want to see more, go down to my channel, make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, follow me on social media, and stay on the Hollywood side.